Brian, thank you for joining. Appreciate. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing well. This is a big story, and it is. I think it deserves the attention that it is getting. And Are you surprised by the Republicans and the White House's efforts to sweep this under the rug or to tamp it down?
Am I surprised that the entire Republican Party has shown themselves to be a wholly owned subsidiary of Donald Trump, and that from the moment they recognize that Trump is implicated in these files, they did everything they could to go back on the things that they promised they would do during the campaign and throw all of their weight behind helping him? Yeah, I am shocked. This is my shocked face. No, I mean, the reality is that this is what they always do. These people exist to serve Donald Trump. They genuflect at the altar of the God King, and they will show time and time again that there's no I mean, we are talking about accountability for people in files related to a pedophile ring.
Mm-hmm.
If this isn't enough to get them to pull their, to pull their heads out of Trump's ass, I truly don't know what else there would be.
Mm-hmm. This meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell today I'm surprised that they want to go through it, and I shouldn't be surprised, right? That they actually want to go through with it. But I think I think that they want to figure out what she knows. They want to get ahead of it before lawmakers, Congress. Obviously, that's why Mike Johnson said, "Hey, go home a day early." They want to get their story straight and then offer her maybe a deal for something to shut up, or then a pardon. And they're just trying to get a plausible sort of explanation as to why Donald Trump is not guilty, because she is not guilty. And there are, free Galain Maxwell shirts that are happening now. Republicans are starting to say, "Oh my God, she should be free," that she is now a victim.
Look, the administration sprinted over to Ghislain Maxwell because they recognized that the dam was breaking in Congress. There was just a vote in a subcommittee in the House Oversight Committee to compel the release of the Epstein files. That was 8-2. They had some Republican defectors. They recognized that every time the Democrats get them on record to try and vote this thing up or down, it's a miserable vote. And Republicans did it twice in the Rules Committee, twice on the House floor, twice on the Senate floor, both times at the hands of Senator Mullen from Oklahoma. But it sucks to have to make these votes because, in effect, they're just covering for Donald Trump as he's implicated in the Epstein files. And they don't want to do this anymore. These votes are hard. Marjorie Taylor Greene herself said that she's getting a boatload of calls from her office, disproportionately on this issue. Like 95 out of 100% of calls are on this issue. And so they can't run this game forever. The dam is breaking in Congress. They need to get to Maxwell before Congress can. And we already know that Congress is going to be meeting. I spoke with the ranking member on the Oversight Committee today, Robert Garcia. And so they're ironing out the details of that meeting, but it's supposed to take place somewhere around August 11th. And so, of course, there was a vested interest in the DOJ, in Todd Blanche getting to her before they could, because if Todd Blanche can offer her some type of a deal, then they can get her story straight before she goes and talks to Congress. And so if she has any incriminating information on Donald Trump, now would be a good time to conveniently forget that information before she sits down with Robert Garcia and any other Democratic members of the House Oversight Committee. But really, if the DOJ wanted accountability, and that's the pretext they're giving for this. They're saying, we're meeting with her because we hear you and we want to give you the accountability that you're demanding. If they wanted accountability, transparency, they would release the files. They've got the files. They're at Pam Bondi's disposal. She's held on to those, but is now doing some secret meeting with Ghislain Maxwell. So which one actually offers transparency and accountability? Is it hanging on to the files, but going to have a secret meeting with Ghislain Maxwell, who is the only person alive right now who has all of the incriminating information that may implicate Donald Trump? Or would it just be releasing the files? I would presume it's the latter, but that's not what we're getting from this administration.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree with you with any of it. And I've been saying very similar things at what you just said on this program since I heard that they wanted to meet with Ghislain Maxwell. Not to belabor the point, and I apologize before I play this, but I want your reaction to this because it's very relevant to what we're discussing right now. This is Greg Kelly. Do you know Greg Kelly? Suggesting that
Newsmax?
Yes, suggesting that Ghislain Maxwell is a possible victim. Here it is.
Blanche is the Deputy Attorney General, the #2 ranking official in the Justice Department. And he's about to meet with Jeffrey Epstein's ex-girlfriend in prison, Galain Maxwell, to find out what she knows. Let's find out. What is this all about? And she's also been subpoenaed by the Oversight Committee. I think this is great. I do have a feeling that she just might be a victim. She just might be. There was a rush to judgment. There was a lot of chaos there for a while. All right, granted, she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, and I know that's apparently not good, but she's in jail for how long now? 20 years, a 20-year sentence. Well, Alan Dershowitz is one of the greatest attorneys who ever lived, and he has this to say about the Ghislaine Maxwell situation, speaking with Newsmax veteran Eric Bolling.
Oh, yeah, I want you to hear this, Brian.
Should Ghislaine Maxwell be behind bars?
She shouldn't be, but she is. She is really serving Jeffrey Epstein's sentence after he committed suicide. There was no one else to prosecute because there was no real information against anybody else. And so they went after her and they sentenced her to a sentence that would have been appropriate for Epstein, but not at all appropriate for her. And so she's appealing now, and I hope the appeal will be granted. She deserves to be out.
All right, you get the point there. You get the point. I'm not going to belabor the situation. Ghislaine Maxwell was indicted on several counts, including allegations that she enticed a minor to travel, engage in illegal activity, conspired to entice a minor to travel for illegal activity, transported a minor with the intent to engage in criminal activity, conspired to transport criminal activity, committed perjury by making false statements during sworn depositions in 2016, and other things. So your response, please.
I mean, like,
on the ground.
I'm like almost speechless. It is so the notion. I mean, this is the perfect encapsulation of the victimhood mentality that just encompasses the modern day MAGA right. That the most depraved people on earth, of which I would include Ghislaine Maxwell, who helped her boyfriend traffic kids, children, young girls, so that pedophiles could fuck these kids. Like, what are we even talking about here?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm almost glad that we're hearing these people say these things out loud. And of course, it's all in deference to the God King, right? It's all in deference to Trump. I'm almost glad that we're able to hear these people say these things out loud, because for the rest of America, who is not in this camp of, okay, whatever we have to do to protect Donald Trump, we'll do, we'll say, we'll rally behind. And for everybody else that isn't so far up his ass that they can't even see 2 inches in front of them, so far up his ass that they can't touch his molars, the rest of America can say, like, whoa, maybe this isn't the political party that I want to align myself with, that is right now calling the girlfriend of a notorious famed pedophile a victim in this situation. So look, if that's the hill that these guys want to die on, far be it from me to stop them. But I think it's absolutely incumbent on us to do what you just did, which is to air their words for everybody to see.
Yeah. What's interesting to me, I know we have you for a little bit longer. What's interesting for me is I had been watching some of the manosphere, the right-wing bros, especially the business bros, and a lot of them have been bending over backwards to try to make up excuses and say, well, just because they hung out and then did this, and then what about Bill Clinton, and what about Barack Obama? And then there was a judge that didn't want to release the files. And I'm like, no, not the files, the grand jury testimony. Those are two different things. That's a head fake from Pam Bondi. But do you know PBD podcast? I hate to do this to you, but they're not convincing everyone, because the guy who's usually the most unreasonable seems kind of reasonable here. Here it is. Play it.
Vinny, your thoughts with the story on what's going on here? The more and more they're trying to like distract us and put us over here and look over here. Listen, I hate to even say it, but maybe, just maybe, Elon Musk was right. Maybe Elon was right. What was it, in June he tweeted out of nowhere, Trump doesn't want it released because Trump is on that list or whatever. By the way, and again, this doesn't mean he did anything. He admitted, yeah, I knew him. Yeah, whatever. There's footage of him. There's footage of you hanging out with him, with Melania, with whatever person he was with. That's okay. Back then, everybody was hanging out, everybody was chilling. You just don't want your name involved. This is the worst. You nailed it. The worst fumble. Just say, yes, I was around him. We were in Manhattan. We were all rich. We're all doing it. I didn't know what the hell to the extent of what he was doing. And once, he got convicted for pedophilia, that's when I broke everything off. Just because your name is in there doesn't mean you're guilty. Okay. And I think that's what they're trying to freaking cover up. Because and Pat, not to go backwards, if you don't mind, the Barack thing, the Barack Obama, I think it's a distraction. But at the same token, why is everybody pissed off? Everybody in the View and everybody's mad. Oh, how dare you go after the next president? He's not untouchable. Look at the precedent they set.
End it right there. And Donald Trump is not untouchable as well. Does that mean that Donald Trump is not untouchable? I mean,
no. See, no. That's totally different. Donald Trump is untouchable. Barack Obama is not untouchable. Don't get it twisted. Look,
but he was almost there, Brian. Almost
there.
Almost.
I think what he doesn't understand is that the reason people are protesting going after Barack Obama is because A, there's no there, and B, it is expressly a distraction from the thing that Vinny himself was so upset about 2 seconds earlier. That's the whole thing. It's that if it was well-founded, sure. Look, I don't care about any politician. I'm not here to protect anybody. When Bob Menendez had gold bars in his closet, I was like, get that guy the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
Right.
But propping up this Obama story, conveniently timed and completely baseless because you want to distract from the fact that your God King is implicated in the Epstein files is just so backwards, and that's why people are upset over this thing. And look, I think to his credit, I've debated Vinny on Piers Morgan's show. He is as far right, breathless defender of Donald Trump as you could possibly get. Good on him for at least coming out and saying that. Granted, he couched it with a lot of caveats, but at least he can recognize that it's a distraction. And Trump is fumbling this. And if there was no there, Trump should take Vinny's advice and do what he's saying and just tell the truth. But it really leads us to no other conclusion other than the fact that he's got something serious to hide if he's going to jump through all of these hoops to hide it. I mean, you don't go out there and start railing about the Washington Commanders and Coca-Cola and relitigating Hillary's emails in the year 2025. Roseanne arresting Obama. I mean, my God,
Rosie O'Donnell, sorry.
Denaturalizing Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, my God, it's so transparent what he's trying to do. And I think that it's no surprise that we've got people like him and Dave Smith and Theo Von who are calling this shit out, because it could not be more apparent that Trump is just, frantically trying to get himself backed out of this corner that he's put himself in.
Just real quick in the minute or so we have left, what do you think of this Candace Owens lawsuit with Macron?
I'm like, let's go. How many kids do they have?
Are you upset with it?
No, am I upset? I mean, I think Candace Owens is one of the most depraved human beings in media. I think that can you remind me, do you know how many kids Bridget Macron has?
We can look. Producers, can you look that up for me, please? Go ahead.
I mean, if the hill that you want to die on is that this woman who has carried, we're going to find out in a moment how many kids she has, and that's had 2 husbands, that she was born, go for it. Die on that hill. See how much money it costs you.
3 children.
3 children. Okay.
Bastion, Lawrence, and Tiffany.
Tiffany. Yeah.
Tiffany, whatever, yeah.
So if that's the hill you want to die on, that the mother of 3 children is not a woman, go for it. You can wage your culture war to the ends of the earth. I cannot wait for, discovery in this trial. And I hope that there are a lot of zeros at the end of that number when Bridget Macron goes forward with this defamation suit.
Brian Tyler Cohen, I love you, buddy. You're great. I don't mean that in a weird way, but you know what I mean. You do great work, and I thank you for coming on. And we kept our promise. You're right on time. Thank you, sir. We'll see you soon.
Great talking to you, man. Talk to you soon.
Brian Tyler Cohen, the host of the Brian Tyler Cohen Show on YouTube, joining us. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never, ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.